didn't disagree with that. I didn't disagree with that.
So, to me, these signings do not stand out as Man United signings. They stand out as Ten Hag signings.
See, do you know where I disagree with you though, Jaws? And this is maybe about to your point about not watching other clubs or listening. All the signings that you've announced and mentioned that we've signed that have gone wrong in the past, when those managers have left, it's come out the woodwork. The managers didn't really want them. They were club signings. They were Glazonomic signings, as an example. It's, well, you can buy someone else, but we're not sanctioning the money. You know, another hammer blow to Man United today was Benjamin Šeško now joining Leipzig next summer. Now, United were the front runners in for him, but of course, Chelsea and other clubs are looking at him as well. But this is because Man United weren't prepared to pay the asking price of 55 million euros. What's going to happen with this player? Very much in the same light as Haaland. I don't think he'll be as good, by the way, but similar circumstances. He'll elevate as a player in the next 2 years, end up being a 90 million pound player. And if we do want him, we're going to end up paying 40, 50 million pounds more than we could have got him for now. This isn't the reason why I'm not totally angry and focusing on Ten Hag is because everything going on right now at Man United has happened to Oli, happened to Jose, happened to LGV and LVG. And that's why I'm even David Moyes. And that's why I'm at a point where, yeah, he might be, he is accountable to a degree for staying on Frankie de Jong too long. But then the club's job is to go and deliver him that player. If they can't deliver it for him, that's on them. And I've looked at it. The performance yesterday was just humiliating, to be honest with you, after an okay summer. But it's why I say to people, said it after every Man United match review in the preseason, these results, these performances mean nothing if you can't turn it on the day. And we were abysmal. There's so many players in that team from Maguire, McFred, Rashford, Bruno. They shouldn't be in this team right now. Some of them shouldn't even be at the football club. That's one thing. And then you look at these players we're looking to bring in instead of our main targets. It's an embarrassment. And every Man United fan should feel shame. Every Man United fan should take the stick from rivals on the chin and not even take the stick, join in with the goddamn stick. There is no defending this football club. And what makes me more sick than what the Glazers are doing is all those people that turned up to Old Trafford yesterday and bought tickets. All those people that went to the megastore. All those people that protested whilst wearing the brand new football kit. All the Man United fans that subscribe to MUTV. If you watch the press conference on MUTV, you go to the games, buy the shirts. You are a Glazer. You are a big part of this problem because you're funding this mediocrity. And I've been saying it for years. No, of course you are.
No, it's not because a lot of the fans, if you go around Old Trafford, where did you get your shirt, mate? Not from the mega store or nothing. It's from somewhere else, bro. That cost you about £12. Yeah, like that is reality. You think where do you think I get all of these and all this kind of stuff?
I'm sorry. That's
the thing. I get your point though. Yeah. But if you're gonna go to Old Trafford, if you don't buy your ticket, somebody else from somewhere else is going to get that. It's the difference.
No, weak excuses.
Someone else will take it.
No, Kaz, I'm sick and tired of these weak excuses from people. I'm gonna go because somebody else might. Do your thing, bruv. Do the right thing. Like, I don't vote for Tories.
Never going to happen, man.
I don't vote for the Tories and go, well, I might as well vote for the Tories because somebody else will. I vote for what's right. Man United fans are funding these Glazers. You are a big part of this problem. And I'm sick and tired of the bullshit excuses of, well, the shirt sponsors have already paid the money, therefore I might as well buy a shirt. No, they have a quota to hit. If they don't hit the quota, they don't get all their money. If diehard fans stopped going to games and all stood up together and spoke about it, you know, the casuals would also stop and they would follow. This nonsense of, the international fans will not follow suit. The international fans love Manchester United. And if they see the match-going fans taking a stand, doing something positive to get the Glazers out, they will join in. It's a bullshit argument to turn around and say, oh, well, someone else will pump their money in, so I might as well. That's for me, that's a weak straw man argument. I'm sick and tired of hearing Man United fans say Glazers out only when it's fashionable, only when it's trending on social media. But when it comes down to a manager struggling, we suddenly stop focusing on the Glazers and we go to Ollie in, Ollie out, Jose in, Jose out. And every single time, I tell every Man United fan the same thing. Unless we change the way we run the club, nothing's going to improve. And I'm sorry to say this already, Ten Hag should be walking away from Man United tonight. He should be handing in his resignation and saying, I'm gone. Because they are going to embarrass him. He's a top-class coach. They are going to embarrass him like they did Ralph Rangnick. They're going to embarrass him like they did Jose Mourinho. They're going to embarrass him like they did LVG. And some of those managers might have been towards the end of their careers and no longer near the top tier. But this football club is rotten from the inside out. And until fans pull their money away and actually do something tangible, hashtags do not work. The Glazers don't care about hashtags. All you do is drive traffic towards their goddamn website and app. Nothing's going to change at this football club. And I hope all the guys that are buying their shirts are going to get Arnautovic on the back and Rabiot on the back and sing songs about Rabiot's mum when they become our new spine of our football club, because you goddamn deserve it, you Glazer simps. All of them, Glazer simps. Every last one of them. If you go to the ground, you're a Glazer. You buy a shirt, you're a Glazer. You buy a lunchbox, you're a Glazer. You have the app, you follow him on Twitter, you're a Glazer. I don't want to hear you moaning. You are the reason that this has happened to our football club as well, as much as those parasite Americans. That's the end of my rant. I'm done. I'm absolutely done with this football club. And
I thought we'd be rope, you know. I thought we were the ones that were going to be embarrassed most after this weekend, drawing 2-2 with Fulham. That's a new level. Rabiot. The big thing about Pogba was someone who got slagged off for years. He's a virus to the dressing room. He's this, he's that. Adrian Rabiot is that, but worse, because his mum brings it to the fan areas and to the friends and family area. Like Arnautovic, what is the point? Just wait until next summer so you can get your main target, because all that will happen is you'll buy Arnautovic, you won't play him enough, you'll give him extortionate wages, and then you won't be able to shift him off next year when you don't need him. You're just locking yourselves back in to crap financial decisions and crap contracts. The main thing that you need to get out of, you've just fallen straight back into when it hasn't worked straight away. When this new era hasn't worked, you just went straight back to the old ways, and that's the issue that will continue to plague Man United.
You know what? You're right. You're right, Terry. Your former managers have mentioned this. You got Ralph Rangnick, who said you need about 10 signings. You have Jose Mourinho, who spoke about lack of investment from previous managers in my current team, and comparing it to Pep and Man City, and how he had a bunch of players that were ready and that could help him compete right away. And I just feel like the situation at Manchester United right now, you guys are definitely panicking. You're definitely looking at players that you wouldn't have looked at the beginning of the window. And at this moment in time, it's not because of the pressure or the loss. It's just because I feel like they feel like they just need bodies in. And if you guys do and get your players in, and you get in a Arnautovic or a Rabiot, you're setting the rebuild back. I know you probably already spoke about this. You guys probably already spoke about this within your own circles, but this happens all the time where clubs panic buy. They put themselves in a situation where they feel like short term this player is going to benefit them, but it hurts them in the long term, because now that's another person in the team, another part dead wood that they've added into the squad. And you now basically look at what you've done. You've gotten rid of Pogba, and it's hypothetically you basically replaced his spot in the team with the Rabiot. How big of a downgrade is that?
It's massive. It's huge, and you're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely spot on, mate. And I think that this is why I'm frustrated, because again, we removed the virus, Pogba. Certain Man United fans celebrating him leaving. But things got better. We're playing the same football, you know. And I'm telling you, these players will also throw Ten Hag under the bus. That's why I'm saying he's got to walk away, because this club are going to bring him in crap. Player power is going to be. Player power is already ensued. The fact, I know we looked better when he came on yesterday. The fact that Ronaldo kicked the ball yesterday is a disgrace. The fact he kicked the ball is a disgrace. I don't care how big a legend he is.
Wasn't ready.
Whether he's ready or not, the way he's treated the club, he shouldn't be playing for us. He shouldn't be playing.
Can I ask you a question though? Genuinely, did you expect to lose? Because I genuinely thought you guys were expected to lose this game. You were set up for failure. You were on TV. Everyone was watching. You had players missing. You had situations where you haven't signed your players. You weren't prepared for the season. I think it was more likely you guys were going to lose or drop points this game than you were to win it. I think it was very high likely.
I think expected to lose is one thing. It was the manner of the performance. The result, again, isn't the embarrassing element. It's the lack of performance, the lack of work. You know, Fred sleeping at the far post, Rashford just brain dead as a football player, Jadon Sancho. This geezer, I've seen him hang around with music artists that come from the road, right? Tough guys who have had hard lives. This man should be hanging around with him. He's got no balls. This guy don't want to take anyone on. He's a coward. Sancho is a coward. Like, he's out there acting like a plastic gangster rapper at weekends, and the guy's a coward. He ain't got the balls to take anybody on. He's an absolute fraud at the moment, and until he grows a pair of ball bags back, until he grows some confidence, he's a coward. There's so many players in this Man United team that are absolute jokes, and of course, certain players get targeted. Maguire, Scott McTominay, very easy targets, and they, by the way, should both be at this football club. Totally agree. But there are lots of others that are far more talented who are absolute bums. Bruno Fernandes, he was great for 18 months. He's been bad for 12. I'm not going to start defending someone that's been bad for 12 months. I don't have any loyalty to any of these players. I have loyalty to Man United Football Club and the heritage of it. And these players are not performing well enough, not working hard enough, and right now are not good enough. And the fact that the vast majority of yesterday's starting lineup were the same clowns that let us down last year or have been trying to force moves away this year, it's an abomination. And the Man United, a lot of Man United fans do deserve this, though, because you keep, even today, I'm sorry to keep ranting. When we move on to other clubs, I'm going to be quite quiet. But today I'm seeing people go, oh, actually, the David Ornstein has said that we've been looking at Rabiot for weeks now. He's always been a target. Why are you buying? And I'm sorry to call that. I don't know what Man United fans are buying into it or not. That's just club PR. And I want to bring Legal into this because I always call out Arsenal fans. I call out Tom, Liverpool fans, when they spew the club's PR when we all know it's nonsense. I'm doing the same here to Man United. We got rejected by Darwin Núñez. We didn't walk away. 110%. We were leading that race, and then Liverpool came in and blew us out the water. Right? By the way, we're going to say the same thing in a week or so when De Jong gives the official word to Chelsea that he wants to join them. We're going to suddenly say, oh, we walked away weeks ago. That'll be the news stories. And we're doing it now with Rabiot. Oh, we've been looking at him for weeks. He's exactly what we've been looking for. Bullshit. If he's really a £15 million signing that we could have got weeks ago, and we're still looking at De Jong, they're saying, why didn't you buy him weeks ago? Equally, why are we paying £15 million for a player who Juve were trying to terminate his contract a few weeks ago? They were willing to let him leave for free, and we're paying 15 million quid for him. Get the fuck out. Liars, bullshitters. Anyone believing it deserves this. Anyone believing this is a Glazer. You're Glazers.
Juve have you man on strings. Juve absolutely had you man on strings for years now. You gave them Pogba for free. They developed them for a couple of years, sold them back to you for 90 mil. Then he played 6 years for you, didn't improve you. You gave him back to them, and now you're taking off one of their biggest flops for £15 million profit for that football club. At this point, just stop dealing with Juventus. Just stop dealing with them. I don't understand the point of Rabiot. I really don't. Like, he's not actually that much of an improvement to certain players in that squad.
And it's also what you guys have mentioned. These are two players that I've known for having attitude problems in the changing room. At West Ham, Arnautovic had so many problems. He forced himself out of there. And even at Stoke, and Rabiot from every team he's been at, as everyone's
we lost him.
Mentioned, his mum's pretty much been the earpiece to everyone. At Manchester United, they've had these problems all last season. Signing players like this is only going to continue and make the problem worse, and it does not show any improvement.
You're bang on. Zero improvement. And I'm one of these people, and people always call me out on this. I'm always a positive person in the first instance. Okay, you're telling me you're doing it different. I'm going to give you a chance to show me you're doing something different. I'm just like that as a human being. You know, if someone does me wrong and then or makes a mistake and they say I'm going to change my ways, I always give people a chance. It's how I am. So I was willing to give this Man United board a chance. But if what I call, if Alfie Mooned me again, and if you guys have watched EastEnders, you get my point. Every time Alfie Moon takes back Kat Slater, she fucks another geezer behind his back. And that's what they've done again. They've cheated on me again. They've embarrassed me again. And that's just it. I'm done. And I say it at the start of the stream, and I'll say it again now before we move on to other clubs. Eric Ten Hag, do yourself a favor and walk away now and keep your reputation intact. Because by the end of this, you are going to be a meme, you are going to be a laughing stock, and your career may never recover because nobody else has been a Man United manager since Fergie has recovered. It's taken David Moyes over a decade to get respect back. A decade. And David Moyes was very respected before he came to our joke of a football club. It really is. Now, I know the top Reds aren't going to like what I'm saying. I'm probably going to get people threatening to beat me up in the comment section. Send me a DM. When I'm next in Manchester, we'll go to my mate's MMA club. We'll have a little spar in the ring there. Then we'll see how big and tough some of you man are, right? Just in case you want to give it the big one. I'm up for a little Barney. But we'll do it in a ring. We'll do it with gloves on. It's completely legal. We'll do that. It's in Stockport. We'll go to his MMA gym. That's what we'll do. No street fighting. Nothing, no nonsense. We'll have a proper fight in a cage.